Hello again, welcome back to a Parkitect showcase. Today we are visiting Nova Labs. So, onward to the sci-fi studio that was left. Something like that. So, this map didn't have anything particular, but I had to do some sci-fi stuff. So, off to the beginning of the park, this is just a sci-fi building with pipes, things like that. I got a lot of inspiration actually from a game that's out right now. It's a battle royale game called Apex Legends, and so I was playing that a lot when it came out back in March, I think. And so I kind of pulled a lot of inspirations on that when I was building these type of buildings. So a lot of buildings are metal with pipes and cylinders, containers of some sort, and antennas. Some of the buildings that are already on the map are you cannot delete, so like this piping here cannot be deleted. So I had to incorporate that. I changed the color of the main entrance actually because I wanted to make it look more dirty or old or just wrecked. That's not a word. Well, I can't even talk today. This here is just one of the buildings that you can't delete, so I added things on top of it to make it more used or I don't know what to say, like industrial like. So I mean the park actually has another name. I called it Junker Market. So it's kind of an idea of like this is a junker market on some type of planet, and it's just messy with different architecture from different places, from different civilizations and stuff like that. The first thing that I built when I was on this path, I extended the path this way, up forward toward the center, and I made this first little building, this like a military observation tower with a gate. And I did a shield generator on the side. This is the first thing I built and kind of like grew from that outward. And then I made some of the main street area. So this is a Junker Market building number 1. This houses two stores, and then inside it is at the bottom is a cashier machine. So it's kind of very basic. The Gravitron. I like using the Graviton the most because I like to cover it or change it up a little bit. So I decided to build some type of building on top of some industrial manner. This is the station. This is the queue line for Gravitron. So I made it 2 different buildings to kind of like give it like, well, this is a market of some sort. So these buildings houses different things, different cultures and stuff like that. Over here is the first ever spaceship I think I built in Parkitect. So this is some type of cargo ship landed here, delivering cargo to the market. It kind of fits. I like how this looks, and my spaceships will kind of be copied after this actually, because building spaceships is kind of fun in this game. Over here is the orbiter. Orbiter has some designs of more industrial stuff and weird shapes of cylinders. Over here is the bumper cars, or dodgems as I like to call it, from like RCD2. I like to cover those as most as possible because the design of the bumper cars is just kind of generic. And so if I'm doing sci-fi or any other theming, I have to somewhat cover it. So I had these giant, I don't know, gas canisters of cylinders, and they go underground. I don't know what they do. They just look nice. Pipes and antennas. I wanted it incorporated a training zone or a training room and a trash chute into the games to see how it would look, and I kind of made a window. You can kind of see inside it when they train, but this does give bad decoration, so covering it up like this does help. So onto some more just generic buildings. This is a restroom over here connected to a turbulurn. I don't know how to pronounce that. And as I built into this area, I didn't want to build military bases, but I kind of wanted to. So this is half military. So this is military base. This houses my motion simulator, and then this houses restaurants in this one. And I made a small designated food area, and just started building weird shapes of buildings and stuff like that. So as things grew in, I was just kind of like, okay, let's see how things look. I kind of switched from different paths. So as over here you can see this path's dirty and patched, and it's the market. And then this is the military base that is kind of a little bit more upper in scale. So there's more metal flooring and more concrete paths and stuff like that. We're gonna get over to the first roller coaster. Funny enough, I called it Apex. So this is the colors of Apex, kind of. So the red, the yellow, the gray. So it's like some type of gas burning facility. As you can see, this is burning. And there's a launch section. It goes up to the top of the top hat, and then to a 0G roll into a interlocking helixes of some sort, and then back around itself into a brick run. So this was the first coaster I put in. It kind of was. I was trying to imitate. I wasn't really imitating anything. I wanted a launch coaster actually. That's all I wanted. So there's this giant skull of a creature. Don't know what the creature is, but I thought this was in the Apex Legend. So there's like this one area called Skull Town. I kind of like the idea of this giant creature that died a long time ago and it's just sitting on top of rocks, and so I decided to do the same here for my park. And it brings it in because this was empty for the longest time as I built around in different places. As we follow this yellow pipe out up to the cinema, I called it Gas Mine 86. So there's a combination between this ride and the Apex coaster that it has a simulator, or this is the gas mine that delivers the gas to this facility that burns something for a material, maybe a fuel of some sort. I haven't really made a storyline because I was just kind of making things match or cohesive. This area is just a sitting area in the back here for guests after they ride this ride or they want to watch Apex. So this is just kind of the. This end is just well, it's not dead end, but it's one end. So we're gonna go up toward the second coaster. There's only 2 coasters in this park. I mean, I have money for enough to build another coaster if I wanted to, but I think the park got full to the point where it's content for me. Here is the G-Lock ride. Very, very basic ride. Covered queue line. I think covering all queue lines is very important to add buildings to a place, depending on what scenery you're looking for. Here is a launch coaster, and I called it Power Rush. So this is like a power plant in the facility, in the area that powers the military base and Junker Market. We'll ride these rides in a little bit too after I show you all the little details. So this ride was like, designs were a little different here and there. The coaster design was actually pretty simple to make into a launch run, then a loop, one inversion. I added supports on the loop because I feel like the loops in this game don't have enough support, so adding supports to it make it look a little bit more realistic, and it kind of pulls together that industrial look. So this is like one part of the factory or the power plant kind of pulls together into the launch, and all these are connected by corridors and stuff like that. As we get over here, I added another restroom with pipes. And then I think this is another set of restaurants. And then this over here is kind of not filled out. I could fill out more, but I kind of stopped working on this map a while ago. So this is just finishing up the map with a observation tower, and then a inverted double swing, and a transformer. Yeah, transformer. So it's not really kind of like, there's not much I could have done over here. I could maybe add more like junker buildings maybe over here, or something that is off the theme of the power plant, but haven't gotten that far. But the map did change a couple times when I was building this on money only. This was fun doing. I like doing these little scenery runs. I have some more scenery run ideas for some other parks, like Mystic Oasis. I did a scenery run. I'll probably show you guys that one later. And then I have another one I'm working on is a Coaster Canyon. I'm doing that another like scenery run as well. So I think doing these after you completed the challenges kind of makes it better. Or it's easier to work on because you don't have to worry about the objectives, because the objectives are just somewhat stressful when you get to that point. So let's go ride Apex, and then we will ride to the next one. I'm trying to think of anything else that I was trying to do when I was designing this map. This had what's it called? Construction Anarchy on, I think. Yeah, I think I did Construction Anarchy on this one as well. Let's see here, how many guests do I have? 843. I don't make much money because, well, money's not really a problem for this park. I can run out of money if I wanted to, but This was like one of the first like serious scenery runs for me. Was this sci-fi map? So I like the atmosphere that they designed on this campaign level. There you go, and that's Apex. Very simple one inversion launch coaster. And if you guys want to see the stats, here's the stats. So it's 74, 66, and 20. Decoration amazing, because well, there's decorations everywhere. I mean, if I pull out, you can see that the frame rate just drops. This is like one of the most heaviest maps I think I've done, and I filled up most of the map. I actually still have this area back here I could fill in if I wanted to build maybe another coaster or something. But yeah, this was like one of those fun maps that I wanted to work on, and it was fun. I know that you can't destroy these rocks, can I? Can I destroy these rocks? No, I can't. So you have to build around them. So I had to figure ways to go build around them, something like that. So let's go ride the power rush. Let's go find the coaster. And here's the stats. Ooh, the decoration's not amazing, it's only high, so I might have to add more decorations around it. And there we go, that was Power Rush. So this was the tour of Nova Labs and Junker, what did I call it? Junker Market? Yes, Junker Market, that's what I called it. I should remember my name on my maps. But there you go, that was a tour of Nova Labs, and I will see you guys in the next video.